does one plugin take the most repetitive jobs out of DaVinci Resolve without taking away the creative decisions? In this video I'm putting AutoCut through a real talking edit. I'll test its silence removal, repeat take detection, animated captions, automatic zooms and B-roll, and I'll also show you the results before and after. For me as a disabled creator, saving clicks and physical energy matters, not just as much as saving time. So the real question is simple: does AutoCut genuinely make the edit easier? To the disclaimer, AutoCut did supply me with the full version of this with a 14-day trial so that I could make this video and all the information and media assets. Now, all opinions are mine and mine alone, and haven't been influenced in any way, shape or form. My name's John and welcome to ChairView Chronicles Life in Motion. I'm a disabled photographer, filmmaker and editor, and I create camera reviews, accessibility reviews and family days out with real world filmmaking videos from my wheelchair. I edit in DaVinci Resolve Studio 21, so this is the version of the workflow that I'll be focusing on, although AutoCut is also available for Premiere Pro. So to get autocorrect, you need to go to here, type in AutoCut AI plugin. It brings up this. You download it for free. Into your downloads folder, it comes up as this, as a zip file. Unzip it. We go into DaVinci Resolve. Here's my timeline. But this is the file that we'll be working on. This one here. As you can see, all I've done is just colour graded it a little bit. But you can see all on the waveform here, all the silences and everything, and I'll do that as we go along. So first of all, you need to mark the in point with the out point. To get AutoCut to work, you go to workspace, down to scripts, click on AutoCut, and then it brings it up. This is what you might ready. So as you can see, here is the unedited test clip, and you can see the long gaps in the waveform, and you can hear it from the restart. We've got the big long gaps. I'm testing as a disabled creator, saving clicks matters. As you can see, so you can hear the silences there. So once you've installed AutoCut, if you come up to workspace, down to scripts, AutoCut, click AutoCut, let it load. It checks for updates to make sure you've got the latest update firmware. Once everything's all done correct, as you can see, here's all your 10 things that you can now use in AutoCut. So I'm going to start with AutoCut silences. I'm going to use the in and out points which you seen on the timeline prior to opening AutoCut. And like I said, using the in and out points is really useful, especially on longer projects when you only want AutoCut to do one section. So I'll validate the section. I want it paste. That brings it down to 200 milliseconds after the speed to stop talking and 200 milliseconds prior to me talking, to try and keep the energy going. You've got the silence management here, which you can do. You can remove the silences completely. You can keep the silences in your timeline, but it'll cut it off. You can mute the silences, but it's still on your timeline, or you can remove all silences and then keep the spaces that it's done. For your transition style, that's things you can do none, which is what I keep it on. J-cut, L-cut or overlap. So I'm happy with that. So if we cut, delete scenes and let AutoCut do its thing. And I'll leave Resolve alone while AutoCut processes the timeline. As you can see, it's done. It took 27 seconds to complete and it saved me 20 minutes time of work. Here you can rate your satisfaction with AutoCut silences. Once you get used to it, you can start doing it and then validate it with the 5-star, 2 stars, whatever you feel necessary. I'm not going to do that just at this minute in time, so I'm going to click the X. Click the X again, and as you can see, it has cut it down. So let's have a quick listen. Today I'm testing AutoCut. Can speed up a real DaVinci Resolve edit. As a disabled creator, as you can see, it's a lot paced. Now for the next one, I'm going to redo me in and out points to match that timeline now, because obviously it's brought it down a lot. And my next one is going to be repeated takes. Again, I set the once it's loaded, here's the AutoCut repeat. Click on that. I select the in and out points, validate selection, English. You can paste it in this reference script here if you do have the scripts available, and I analyze it. AutoCut also creates the transcript and groups likely repeated takes. So let's generate the transcript, and it'll bring up its suggestions which look like repeated takes, and we can take it from there. So as you can see, this is what it's decided. All these here, that's what it's brought up. So as you can see, in the red is what it's going to delete, is the repeated takes, to tidy it all up. So instead of, like I say, instead of I review the suggestions in the dedicated editor, instead of accepting everything blindly, keeping the delivery I prefer, then apply the cleanup. This is especially useful when I restart a line several times and leave all takes running in one recording. So with that, let's cut the sequence. Again, let it do its thing. It takes about a minute, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that. Again, as you can see, it took 16 seconds and it saved me 13 minutes of my time. Again, come out of all that, and as you can see, let's have a listen.
Today I'm testing AutoCut as a disabled creator, saving clicks and editing.
So I'm happy with that. So let's mark the out point again. The next, we're going to go to captions. So click on in and out again. I always use the in and out instead of the entire timeline. That way I can decide which one I want at any given time. So again, validate the selection. United States, Great Britain. So you can import the captions from an existing SLT file if you already have the transcript. I haven't, so I'm going to open caption editor, style and transcription, and let the AI of AutoCut do its thing. So before I style anything, I correct any of the names, camera models and technical terms. I check the OM Systems OM1, DaVinci Resolve and AutoCut are exactly the sort of words I check. So as you can see, let's edit the transcript. So as you can see, it's made a couple of mistakes. So you click on the sentence, it's put AutoCut instead. So there's click, delete, and then let's have a look. So today I'm testing AutoCut as a disabled creator, saving clicks and energy matters. I use the OM1 for wildlife photography and DaVinci Studio for the finished story. Question is whether the AutoCut can handle the repetitive work without making the edit feel robotic. So I'm happy with that, and then save, and now you can edit your style to whatever you want. You can go in, edit your style, do different things and save them as different animations. I like the white with the green on. I think it's Mr. Beast's style. It's really clear, really precise, and I really like that. You can actually save it as a preset so that you've got consistency running out through all your videos. Captions improve accessibility, but only when the words are correct and easy to read. I always watch them through as you've just seen, through at normal speed. So once I'm happy with that, I'm going to add the captions. So again, it took 24 seconds and saved me 34 minutes if I had to do it by hand. Let's have a quick look at them.
Today I'm testing AutoCut as a disabled creator, saving clicks and editing.
I'm really happy with how that's turned out. Let's put the out point in, and now we're going to test the zooms. So in and out point. So you can pick the events that fire in your zoom, zoom on every timeline, cut, zoom when speech resumes or stops, zoom at the start and end of emotional moments, highlight meaning, zoom any key points, storytelling beats, and highlight moments identified by AI. So you can click these I like to do that, and then you can do a preview indicator, maximum of 30%, and you can do a jump cut, add no keyframes. Once you have that, you can do smooth, which is a smooth zoom in and out with keyframes, or you can snap in fast progressive zoom. Only for the first frame will be progressive. I like the smooth. Camera movement, you can add a subtle camera movement, which is subtle handheld camera zoom. I don't bother with that. I think you can put it on any track. I'm going to use that above track 8, as you can see. And then I'll just leave it on moderate. Apply the zooms. By using auto zoom, it adds the movement without keyframing every change by hand. As you see, set the rhythm. Choose the triggers such as cut, speech, emotion, or the highlighted meaning. Place the anchor point over my face and set a sensible maximum zoom. As you see, I always find the 1/3 is round about right. As again, the 3 styles are jump cut, smooth and snapping. For this channel, I always choose the smooth, as I think it looks really nice and cinematic. Again, it took 57 seconds, same with 37 minutes. As you can see, as it goes on and on and on, the more time you save, which is time for days out with your family. Unlike me with the pain management, I get things done that bit quicker. So let's have a look how it's done.
Today I'm testing AutoCut. As a disabled creator, saving clicks and energy matters. I use the OM1 for wildlife photography and DaVinci Resolve Studio for the finished story. The question is whether AutoCut can handle the repetitive work without making the edit feel robotic.
We can go on to now with Auto B-roll, and it can detect movements that benefit from the visuals, such suggest stock footage from pixels or store blocks, or create an AI image. Go and click the in and out points, video footage or AI footage, and you can toggle. So I'm going to use both to see if you can detect anything, and let's see what it comes up with. This is first time I've used it, so I'll see how it goes. I still review every choice because my own genuine wheelchair camera and location footage will normally tell us the story better than Auto B-rolls. So it's brought up these. I must admit, it's not the correct ones what I had in mind, but I can always change the screen there. I've put a picture of AutoCut on it. This one, I like the fact that it's all diverse. It's got women and men in the wheelchairs, and then this one, picture of the wheelchair with the birds flying around. I must admit, I do like that. So I'm going to add the B-rolls on.
Saving clicks and energy matters.
So I'll delete the first one and then just add these two. So delete the first one.
Saving clicks and energy matters. I use the OM1 for wildlife photography and DaVinci Resolve Studio for the finished story. The question is whether...
So that's Auto B-roll, and let's go on to the next one. So to the rest of the AutoCut selection. I've not used these yet. The rest of the toolkit is also worth knowing about. Got auto chapters, which can analyze long form audio and produce editable, export ready YouTube chapters. Auto resize adapts a sequence for social formats while keeping the subject framed. Auto viral identifies possible short clips from a longer video. An AutoCut podcast is designed around multiple speakers and multiple camera angles, which is something I don't do, so I've not tested. Viral. Profanity, I don't swear in any of my videos because my son watches it, who's 9, so I don't swear, and I make sure other children could be watching, so I don't want to be associated with that. The AutoCut angles switches between multiple visual tracks for one speaker, even if those tracks are different crops of the same camera. I would use AutoCut in a deliberate order with a duplicate timeline and the original media protected. AutoCut's strongest idea is not that the creator becomes unnecessary, it is that repetitive labour becomes optional. I would still check every cut, caption, stock clip and generated image. I would save versions before running large changes, and I would never allow an automatic edit to remove a moment simply because it is quiet. Silence can show humour, pain, which is true in my case, and also joy. The same is true of a reaction shot and the space around a sentence. AI can recognise patterns, but it does not know my family, my audience, or the emotional reason that I press record. That responsibility stays with me. AutoCut looks more valuable for solo creators, freelancers, agencies and podcasters who spend much of their week repeating the same timeline jobs. The combination of silence cutting, repeat removal, captions, chapters and social repurposing could give a creator back meaningful time and energy, and that is exactly how it should be. The real test is whether it gets you to a trustworthy first pass faster while your creative control remains intact. Now, which AutoCut feature would you like me to test in full in DaVinci Resolve tutorial? And please do hit that subscribe button and notification bell for future videos, more accessible filmmaking and editing videos. I have a massive project coming up towards the end of August, and I'm looking at about a 10-part series in that. I'm not going into too much detail because for the last 5 weeks I've been ill. I've not been able to get in bed or anything. I've been stuck in the recline chair. It's been really bad this year, hence why I've not got so many videos out. Something else been horrendous, infections after infection. So with that being said, I do hope you enjoy this week's video. Until the next one, cheers, out.